Hello, hello. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to The Walking David. Today I'm going to be doing a Q&A for any of my subscribers who happen to show up. I didn't really announce it. I didn't really feel like it was necessary to do so. If you don't show up, I'll still talk. Don't worry. It's never a problem for me. But Happy New Year, everyone. Hope you all had a good New Year's Eve. If you didn't, it's not a big deal because 2016, as far as I'm concerned, can kind of fuck off. But yeah. So I'm gonna pull up my chat here, and we're gonna see who all is in it and what all they did. Hello, name that is unpronounceable. How are you? Thanks for showing up unexpectedly. Ooh. Hey, Sam. How's it going? Alec, how's it going? Thank you, everybody, for joining. I know it was unexpected, but I'm bored. I don't have anything to do. I don't know what to do with myself. Thought about seeing a movie. Don't want to see one by myself. So, by the way, worst case scenario, if people don't really say anything interesting, we will just end up talking about movies, which is fine with me. I don't care. I can talk about movies all day. So, everybody who's here, what all did you do for your New Year's? Was it fun? Did you get drunk? Did you have a good time? Hello? Hello? Oh, there they are. How was my New Year? Nah. It's mediocre at best. I don't really care about New Year's unless if you're with people. Yeah. I had a small family get together, but here's the thing. A family get together on December 31st that doesn't go until midnight is not a New Year's party. Not in my mind. The whole point of New Year's is you're ringing in the new year. And you know where I spent the New Year? There. Sleeping. Okay? Fell asleep. Was so bored, I fell asleep. Sam says, I was so sick, I stayed in while my friends I was supposed to be with FaceTime me from Times Square. See? Now that's depressing. I think I would have been extremely depressed if that happened. But then again, I forgot you live in New York. She says, I was supposed to go with them to the ball drop, but I got bronchitis on Wednesday and I'm still sick. Well, that sucks. I'm sorry about that, Sam. Hope you feel better. I'm sure you will. Rarely does bronchitis last year-round. Let me push that up a tad. Just see a smidgen more of my head. Maybe I lowered it. It was better contrast before when I did it. But, oh, that's nice. I'm glad you felt like you were with them. I didn't do that. My friends do not live in New York. They live in bumfuck Oklahoma. And nobody cares. Oklahoma, by the way, probably one of the worst states to celebrate New Year's in. It's boring. People go to bed way too early. And I don't know. We're just weird. We just do it wrong. New Year's is kind of one of those holidays similar to the 4th of July that is just better suited for big cities. And the reason I say that is because big cities, they put on a big light show and everything like that. And they really, booze it up. You have a chance of maybe seeing a celebrity do something fucking crazy. But in Oklahoma, it's like, hey, man, it's a Saturday. I got kids. I need to get home. They stopped selling booze early. I don't know. It just sucks. Anyways, anybody else? What all did you guys do? I really am curious because I really didn't do anything. Especially as I don't mind staying in because I made a YouTube video. Well, good. Tavo Dima says, "Hey, cosplayer Tavo here. What's going on? What's going on, cosplayer Tavo? How was your New Year's? Did you do anything exciting? Did you cosplay as a giant ball and then slowly drop? Maybe. You never know." Here, I'm gonna do this. This looks pretty. This is my new look for the new year. I'm just gonna rock a big old goatee like that. Man, this is gonna be part of the live stream that people skip through. Put a little timestamp. 15 minutes in, we really start hitting our stride. How did you know? Dressed up as a giant ball, did you? I figured, you cosplayers are all the same. Yeah, I'm not a loser. I mean, I don't cosplay or nothing. Right? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what a lot of people are probably here to watch. Is me just do Rick Grimes for an hour. I'm only doing a live stream because I really didn't think of anything else to do. What are my plans for this year? Busting my ass, as I usually do, but even harder. Mostly just because of the fact that I am tired of sitting around and having nothing get done. I'm tired of seeming unproductive. Because I see what other people are doing with their lives and with similar careers to mine, and they're really just, they're just straight up getting after it more. And one, it's because of the fact that they're in a place that facilitates that more, that lifestyle, as opposed to Oklahoma, where all they have are church videos to act in, and who the fuck wants to do that? Like, if you were a cosplayer in Oklahoma, you never dress up. You would cosplay as a depressed person walking around Oklahoma City. That's what you would do. I know these things. No need to take my word for it. I just know. Well, I would do a Rick Grimes New Year's episode, but I don't know. I just haven't really been in the mood for making a lot of content for my channel lately, just because I've been so focused on trying to get these other actual movies and things that I actually act in done. Because to me, that's more important. I mean, I like doing this. It's fun. I don't make any money doing it whatsoever, so I only do it for fun and for other people's reactions. But I don't know. I just wasn't getting the reactions that I was hoping for. Nothing bad. I just wasn't getting as big of a response from my videos. I thought my videos would be unique, and maybe they weren't. And that's probably on me. I don't know. But yeah, I just like, I really like doing the Rick stuff. I mean, I love doing it. And if I go to a cosplaying convention or something like that, I would just do it the entire time. Like, I would never let up. I would just do Rick the entire time, be fully immersed in that. But this is saying my audio levels are really high. If you can hear me okay, just let me know in the comments, just so that I make sure that my audio is not fucked up this entire time. This laptop sucks dick. It really does. Just shit pops up and flickers while I'm doing these things. It's so distracting. But But yeah, I don't know. I just let me see. Does this work? Does that work? No, doesn't seem to. Whatever, it's fine. I have this lower third that I wanted to put up here that Phil, the Issues guy, had actually made for me when I was supposed to be a co-host on his show, and for some reason it wasn't popping up. I don't know what the deal is. It might just be because it's not a good enough PNG file, or maybe my computer just doesn't have the capacity to process it. That's very possible as well. Don't know. I got this laptop years ago. And by years, I mean like 2 or 3. So I've gotten pretty good use out of it. I usually get pretty good use out of my laptops. I don't really splurge on laptops just because, you know, if you watch movies on it, fair enough. The movie's not going to hiccup. If I watch YouTube videos on it, that's not going to be a problem. The only time it really becomes a problem is when I'm doing live streams and I'm doing co-hosting on my Facebook app or thing is open. So let me exit out of that. Like deafened me for a second. Ugh. Brutal. I just hear this loud pang. And I was like, But yeah, it's only difficult when I do these co-hosting things or live streams. Let's see. I randomly just had somebody message me about, they're like, wow, you're just like Rick Grimes from the Walking Dead thing. And I'm like, yeah. Who is this person? Okay, he's just a fan of it. Younger girl who lives in Georgia. Happens a lot. Just every now and then I'll get random people who will just message me and go, hey, you're the guy who does the thing. What are my projects? Tavo asks. I had a couple of short films that I was doing. One where I was a supporting character, kind of a, well, I'd almost say minor to supporting, somewhere in there, in between those two. And like I had 5 or 6 lines, and it's a short film, so whatever. And that's called What's Next, and that should hopefully get done within the upcoming months. I have another one that I was the star of that's supposed to be a 9 to 10 minute long short film called Lazarus that I'm really looking forward to because the director shot the hell out of it. It's amazing. It was shot in 4K on a Blackmagic CinemaScope camera, and it's probably the best footage of me on camera to date. And What's Next is very good footage as well. It's also shot in 4K, but I'm excited for those to get done, those to get into festivals, because I believe if they were to go to festivals, they would actually do very well. And let's see. I'm actually getting asked about another project that I have filming tomorrow. We're just doing sort of a Christmas-themed short film in which I'm the main character. I'm a guy known as the writer in the story, but I apologize. I'm trying to hold back, it's like stifle a yawn. But yeah, we're doing that. But the problem is because I have this dental stuff that's coming up, in which I have to get a kind of like braces on the bottom and an implant here in like 3 to 4 months. It kind of inhibits the story. So what we're going to be doing is the scene in which we have this female character being played by this girl named Kayla. She is, we're just doing all of her scenes tomorrow because they still have the Christmas stuff up and we wanted to shoot her stuff before all the Christmas stuff is gone. And we're shooting it at my buddy's house, and she's just asking me questions about it. Like she just messaged me right now. I need to get back to her. She's asking if we're doing a line here or there or just the major scenes. All of the scenes. let's see. How did the Screensaver movie do? Because the clips you showed us were funny. The Screensaver movie, it's called The Saver Project. I need to release that, by the way. It's on IMDb, and I released the trailer of it a while back, probably like 6-7 months ago. I'd say 5 or 6. But it's a mockumentary that I did about the men who invented the screensaver, their rise to fame and fortune, and then their inevitable fall. Very much in a similar vein to like a Steve Jobs sort of movie, or something like that. And it was really fun. It was really funny. And so I submitted it off to like 20 film festivals. I think we got into 6 or 7. I think 6 though. And it did okay. It got accepted to them. It didn't get nominated for any major things. This wasn't the most cinematic movie I'd ever made. It wasn't the best movie I could have ever made. But the fact of the matter was that I believed that it needed to get done. We had put a lot of work into it. I am not an editor, but I was sort of forced to be the editor on this movie. And so this movie that we had sort of had this vision of it being this hilarious best in show kind of movie, but about screensavers and something equally as ridiculous as a dog show. It was supposed to be like 90 minutes. But so many of the jokes are those types of jokes where you had to have been there, that I had to cut a lot of them and just focus on getting the story done. When I got the story done, I was like, it flows too good for me to start throwing jokes in there randomly just because jokes. Oh, I don't intend on just doing Rick Grimes. The Rick Grimes thing was the thing that just sort of took off. I did Littlefinger stuff back when Game of Thrones was on, and that one was equally as popular, and it'll probably happen again. I like doing impressions. That's my thing. I like doing impressions. I do a lot of them. But the Rick Grimes thing is just, I love Rick Grimes, the character, and so I got the gun. It's a more fun character to inhabit, I would say, than some of the impressions that I do otherwise, because the other ones are just of celebrities and their voices. Other than their voices, I don't really like get into the skin of, Christopher Walken or something, or Owen Wilson, as much as I do Rick. So I hope that answered your question, Sam. If not, I apologize. I am known to ramble, so call me on my shit if I start doing that. Yeah, I kind of feel bad that I haven't put out more content. Believe me, I wanted to, but here's the thing. When my friends don't help me set some of this stuff up, it's so much harder because it limits all of my ideas to where the camera has to be 1.5 feet from my face so that I can focus myself and I can hit record myself and I can record my own audio and then I can edit my own stuff. If I didn't have to do that and I could trust someone completely to get the shots that I needed, I could do a lot more. What other impressions can I do in 60 seconds? See Christopher Walken. I hope you had a Happy New Year. You, McConaughey. I'm really happy that this year's finally starting to come around, because last year kind of sucked ass. And I'm thinking about doing True Detective season 3. Let me think. Zach Brannigan from Futurama. Leela. Peter Griffin. That's a great idea, Brian. Chris Griffin. Hey there, Dad. I don't know if you want to come back from home. I don't know if you want to come back home from work today, because I've been talking to Meg and she's just a nightmare. Herbert the Pervert. Get your fat ass in the truck. Where's that paper boy? Come bring me some good news. What other ones? I know there's more. Jesse Ventura. What if I told you that New Year's Eve
was just another way that the government can distract you from the fact that, the oxygen levels in the world are going down. Huh? What if I said that? Can Hillary Clinton say that?
Littlefinger from Game of Thrones.
Sansa Stark is alive and well, living in Winterfell. Chaos is a ladder. Many are given the chance to climb, but they refuse. They cling to the realm.
I can do the old guy, Maester Pycelle.
You're a disgrace to the Citadel.
It's my friend Alex's impression of it. He goes because of him farting. Yeah, that was a handful. I'm sure that there are a lot more. Do more videos like this. This is hilarious. Thank you. It's very nice of you to say. If you guys want to invite more people in, please send them the link to this Hangout and go ahead. Blast it out. As many people as you'd like. I'd like to get this up to a decent number to where we're actually having legitimate conversation here, where you don't have to have all these long pauses. Because I would gladly do this for 2 more hours if we just had a good amount of people. Because I want plenty of Q&As. Let's see here. Maybe I can go on here, share. I'll share it on Twitter. And I will share it on Facebook. Let's see. Sorry, I know you're literally watching me do all this stuff. I literally just put join me in discussion. I didn't even say what we were talking about. Don't see the point. I could do with this moment. I saw this really cute video of a girl singing her dog to sleep. That was pretty awesome. Man, these cosplayers, they get so many likes and views. I swear, some of these people who message me, I don't even know if they're fucking real. Like, because anytime they message me, it's always something so overly dramatic without any lead up to it that it just seems fake. You know what I mean? Help, I'm a businessman from Nigeria and I need you to cash a check for me. It's like, okay, well, if you could have led up to it, maybe we could have done business. But, like, I get people just going like, I'm dying. Like, we don't talk enough for that to be something that you message me. Like, we really don't. I mean, even if my family members did that, I would be like, did someone get their phone? Like, I the first thing I do is I just go, I'm ignoring that because that's retarded. Like, I'm not going to, where do I go from there? Oh, you are? You're dying, are you? Well, please inform me as to what you're dying from. It's like, I'm sorry, that's just not how I carry conversation, nor do I care to carry conversation that way. We've gone up a couple of viewers, you guys, so keep blasting. Tell the new viewers to keep blasting this out. If you want to put this on Twitter, on Facebook, in a Walking Dead group, in a Game of Thrones group, those, feel free. I know that I didn't. and I know that's my own fault, but don't do as I say, not as I do. Okay, don't be lazy like me. I just did this because I really wanted to kind of chat with some people. I know that I hadn't put out any videos in a while, and I didn't like that I didn't do that, so I decided to just doing a live stream is the easiest thing I can do. I can just set it up, and however it looks is however it looks. And if people don't like it, fair enough. But if they came by, at least it got some views. My channel, surprisingly enough, for a little while there, it was growing pretty steadily. Like I had, when I passed 500 subscribers, I really thought there was a chance that I could get to 1,000. And if I had gotten to 1,000, I feel like the channel would have just kept growing on its own. But unfortunately, it started to plateau right around 530 or so. I was like, well, all right, I guess the love for this stuff has faded and no point in making more, Point. I'm going to tell people to go to my YouTube channel on my phone. It'd be pretty meta here. Hey, people. See what I'm doing right here? See what I'm doing right here, people? I'm doing a live stream with you. I'm doing a live stream with you. But you guys, you need to come to this live stream. You need to go to The Walking David on YouTube and join me now, okay? Right, you guys? We're going to get these fuckers in here. Right, guys? Get on in here. The Walking David on YouTube. Join the live discussion. Ask me some questions. Jamie, get in here. Brenda, get in here. Michael, get in here. I can see them popping up on here. Go to The Walking David on YouTube right now. I'm in the middle of the live stream. See? This is literally the back of my head to my own live stream. Let's do it. Tell your friends. Blast it out there. Let's get it on. Hopefully, that will light a fire under some people's asses. Hey, Walking David, from a person who's been in discussion this entire time. Tavo, you goober. I know, you gotta tell them. You gotta tell them on Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. Just gotta blow these fuckers up. Do it. Yesterday you said tomorrow, so just do it. Shia LaBeouf. It's semi-working. Let's see if it keeps going up. Welcome, 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 new people. Hello, hello. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to be with you. Man. Pretty chill day, honestly. But anyways, I'm opening up the discussion. I know we've had only a few people here, but I'm opening up the discussion to other questions outside New Year's and stuff like that. You can ask me stuff like that, but you can ask me stuff about TV shows, if I've seen certain things. This is an open Q&A. It has nothing to do with The Walking Dead, unless if you want it to. And Happy New Year, Brenda. Thank you. Welcome. But yeah, I'm always down to do Q&As with people just because of the fact that I love to talk and I love to answer questions. I don't know. I just do. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to The Walking David. I am your host, David Grayson. You're on my YouTube channel now. Hello. I wanted to do this Q&A with you guys because I will say this. I have some awesome awesome subscribers. The people who like my stuff, they really do like it. They're extremely supportive. The people who love my Walking Dead shit, holy shit, are those people supportive. Like, I've never had people jump on board for my stuff so quickly. I have a lot of great Game of Thrones fans. I have a lot of fans, or subscribers, I mean, from Phil the Issues guy and Kyle's Fucking Chickens, and even some other channels, I'm sure. Maybe even a couple from Carmine of Red Team Review, because I know that he shared one of my videos in the past. And yeah, so what's going on? Ask me something. I will answer whatever it is. It could be personal, it could be about New Year's, Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, other TV shows that I haven't seen. We'll just sit here. I don't give a shit. We'll just sit here. I'll keep nodding. Cause I'd like to know it. You got the notion. Yeah, I know it. You got the notion. To rock the boat. Let's talk about questions. Rock the boat. I'll give them some answers. Well, I can't undo that. That exists out there on the internet. If I ever do make something of myself, some of these clips are really gonna who's to say though? Earlier, my neighbor who is playing basketball right now, because this kid apparently can't do anything that's quiet, was just playing a saxophone. Now, did I know that he played the saxophone? Did he have a saxophone before and I never noticed it? No, no to all those things. He just had a saxophone and was like just, and by the way, outside, I had the luxury of hearing it. Ridiculous. What's Rick Grimes' New Year's resolution? Well, I'm glad you asked that, Tahoe. I am. You see this? This is a Colt Python 44 Magnum. See inside here? You see how that's completely clear? I need bullets. I've got to get Eugene back to make sure that we can defeat the Saviors. Do this without him. He holds the answer. Taking him out. We found those guns. Now we just need to find the bullet. That, and I also want to make sure that I can raise Judith, raise her right. Last year, I let that slip. Everybody else was taking care of her while I was out looking for stuff for Negan. I just can't keep doing that. And so we're not going to. Me, Carl, Michonne, they'll talk. And if I'm lucky, Kane, Ezekiel, we're all going to band together. We have to band together. And then we have to come for the Saviors before they come for us. That's our only chance. It's the element of surprise, and it starts. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. I want. That's what I want. Yeah, so that's Rick's New Year's resolution.
are adorable, Sam. And I'm about 50% more into you right now. Just saying. When I cut my hair short, I'll start doing Negan videos. Can't be the only one who notices that you have a fat lady in charge of rationings. Rations, Rick. Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate that. Together, I know some of you are Team Negan, but you are gonna lose. Have you read All Out War? I want to do that.
Oh man, that was good. That killed about 2 minutes. Let's see if we can keep that going. More stuff, people. Let's keep doing this shit. Let's rock this. People are liking my video on Facebook and not listening to what the video says. Hey, look at that. Carmine of Red Team Review liked my tweet. Said it right there. See? Let me see here. Oops. Go back there. What is this? Man, I need to do that. Red Team Review. Liked your tweet. Walking David Q&A. See? And I liked my own tweet. What's your opinion on Judith being Shane's? Kind of suspected that. I kind of knew that back at the prison with Rick's anger when they found the place and his almost caring for Lori and the baby out of spite. You know, like back when he was like, don't patronize me. You know, she's like, yeah, you're doing the best you can. And he was like, don't you patronize me. I'm doing stuff. Things. Like when he does that, I think that's him just kind of going like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find a place for you and his kid. That's the way that I took it. Because I think he, you know, he's smart enough. He can do the math. How long she's been pregnant, how long they've been on the road. You know? Doesn't make sense. Because like, oh, she's going to have this baby. So she's almost due. She's probably 8 months pregnant, and I slept with her 4 months ago. So, somebody slept with her before that. Know what I mean? But I did think it was great to hear him acknowledge it, at least out loud. Because as much as we might have had our speculations as an audience, I think it's important for the characters in their own universe and world to acknowledge those things. Like when Michonne acknowledged the fact that when she had Walker slaves, that it was crazy. Just like, you know, carried them around in chains. It was insane. You know, but she's like, here's why I did it at first, and here's why I ended up doing it after I already knew it was wrong. It was because they were protecting me. And I think that those are important things for characters to admit. First step to getting better is by admitting it. But it also, I mean, it shows Rick's tenacity as a man and how he was able to put aside differences for the greater good. because he gave Shane so many chances. He's like, listen, man, here's your gun. You need to stop this. You're not going to be a threat to me and my family. I'm not going to keep looking over my shoulder at you. It's time for you to come back. Shane starts to come back, and then Lori fucks everything up because she's just like, I need to tell him that I don't know whose baby this is, just so I can keep Shane on the hook. And, then they fought. They tried to hurt each other, but they didn't do it. And then, Rick could have shot him out in the woods before, but he didn't. He just kept giving him chance after chance. Even when he had a gun there, he's like, pointed at him. It's like, we could just walk back. We could just go back right now. But it was only at that last minute, that last second moment that I think that his survival brain kicked in and was like, I've just got to get rid of this guy. Like, he's just going to be a problem. It really does show his strength as a man. Aside those differences, and then care for a daughter that's not even his in this world. Means that, when he lost Judith, or thought he lost Judith, he could have just stopped looking. He could have just not found Tyrese and everything like that. But also, here's the thing. Just because Rick knows that it's not his, doesn't mean that Carl knows that. Carl has risked his life to find Judith just as much as Rick has. Scavenging, nearly getting killed, almost getting raped, just to reunite with his baby sister. And, risking his life to get that picture. They've both done a lot by Judith. And it says a lot about them both. I think Carl might honestly feel differently if he knew that that baby was Shane's. I think he might respect his dad a lot more if he finds out, if and when. Maybe they've already had the discussion. And if they do, that will be an interesting thing to see. It's amazing how a simple question can spawn such a long answer. Keep it coming, folks. Carl. We need some people to join this fucking chat. Tavo is being the sole proprietor of this chat. At you. Tavo, don't make me kill the future serial killer. Don't make it easy on me. New Year's resolutions are to be extremely productive, not let anything get in my way as far as getting the movies I want to do done. My New Year's resolution is during the time that I have this dental stuff getting worked on, and I really can't be on screen, is to make the most of my time off screen as far as my writing and directing. I don't know, get another job so that I can help, not just for California. I kind of have enough money for when I move, but I think I'm going to save up for better equipment, better camera, better sound, and just other knickknacks that I need, flat out. What do you think of season 7 so far of The Walking Dead? it was sort of hitting 500 for me. It was real hit or miss. First couple episodes were good. 3 was bad. 4 was really good. That was a 90-minute long one. The episode with Tara, I thought was awful. I thought that was a terrible episode. I just don't care enough about that character to have wanted to see a 90-minute long episode with her, and like 2 minutes of Heath. It's like Heath is a way more interesting character, and I've seen him a lot less. Tara's just not an interesting character anymore, man. Like it's like they just kind of shit the bed with her character. I don't know. And but the last 2 episodes of season 7 were right where they should have been, and they were awesome. They were awesome, absolutely. I think Chandler Riggs is starting to kind of come into his own a little bit. I would like to see him get a little bit better as far as his delivery of angry lines, like tougher. Like when he got down to Negan and he was bent over and he's like, "You can't do anything, can you?" You know what I mean? That's better. That's a lot better. That was him growing as an actor. But when he just goes, "I'm here looking for Negan. Nobody else has to die," that was stupid. I thought that was abysmal acting. Like they took a rehearsal or something like that and used it in the final, episode. When am I going to California? Well, it was already supposed to happen several times, but when I found out I have to do this dental stuff, if I did it out in California, it would be like 20 grand worth of stuff, and I just can't afford that. So I'm hoping that over the next 5 or 6 months, I'll be working on this dental stuff and doing some other projects as far as directing and writing. And then I'll be going out to London to work on a World War II movie where I'm supposed to play a medic, which I'm so fucking ecstatic about. I get to work with this guy who I've been friends with for 10 years. And he's remarkable. He really is. Like, he's going to be big. And so I want to do that. And if that goes really well, honestly, if he would give me a job out in London, I would go. I would go to London. But assuming that doesn't happen, I would move to California after that film. Hey, Vicky. Well, thank you for joining us for this little Q&A. If you have any questions for me, feel free to ask. Could be Walking Dead, could be New Year's, could be other shows, Game of Thrones, whatever you like. I keep repeating those things because those are the things that are on my mind more readily than everything else, but ask whatever you want and I will answer. But yes or no questions. Let's play 20 questions, you guys. 20, or no, let's play 50 questions, you guys. And they're all on you to ask. This is riveting live stream footage right now. It's me tossing this up. Who's? You talking about sending it to me? My New Year's Eve was mediocre. Family get-together that didn't need to happen. I just thought it was silly. It's kind of a waste of time. The football games that were on were lame, hardly entertaining. They were close, even. They're like blowouts, both of them. And, yeah. So it was kind of meh. Come on, guys. What's Oliver? Let's raise a glass of lemonade. Man, I don't know. Are you watching the Walking Dead marathon? Is it on? Is it on right now? If it is, I'll go do it. Tavo, you're very awesome. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. You seem pretty cool, but I think you already did. But if I sound tired, it's because I am. I just flat out am. And I ate McDonald's earlier because, you know, bad decisions. And that shit just hits me like a ton of bricks. Like every time I eat it, I'm just like, why? And then, you know, I tell that to myself every time I do it. Man. Right around the time I start dissing these live streams, another question or something pops up. Man, these fucking live streams, dude. I mean, Jesus fucking. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, what you up to? You've never had McDonald's before? Well, you're a fascist, Sam. Sam Cartman, everybody. YouTube fascist. I'm just kidding. I love Sam. She's great. Sam's like the sweetest girl from the city out there, Long Island. Never had Burger King or Wendy's either. Is it why? Is it just because you're weird, or is it just? What's your reasoning? Is it because you're weird? The only fast food chains I've had are pizzas like Pizza Hut or Domino's and Taco Bell. Well, Taco Bell's amazing. So I'm just going to hold this. This doesn't make it look like a manifesto, me just swiveling in a chair back and forth with a gun. Here's how I'm going to take down the government. No, it's what's sad is you can't even joke like that anymore. 3 main goals to do this year. Act in that movie in London. That is a goal. Get this dental stuff taken care of. Get my implant, braces and all that shit off. And move to a new city and bigger and better horizons. How's that sound? Sam says, my mom is a super health freak, so we never ate fast food growing up, so I've never really felt the need to have them later in life. Yeah, well, have McDonald's. And that slow amount of regret in the pit of your stomach will grow. Why? Because now you've got a tolerance for it, a hunger for it. Now you know what it tastes like. And now you need it. It's part of you now. Good stuff. I know you thought that I froze. I didn't. I just don't give a fuck. Man, I love this gun. It sucks that it's like filled in like that, right? See that? It's an orange tip on the inside, but I filled it in with Sharpie. Yeah, maybe this will end up, if I pause for a while, maybe this will end up being the thumbnail. There you go. Bulking up for my cosplay. Well, cool. I'm gonna try to slim down. Have I ever really shot a gun? Yes. Several. There's footage on my Facebook of me firing a shotgun and saying it's fucking awesome. And it is. Firing guns is great. Lever, test your hand-eye coordination, and it just makes you feel pretty badass. It feels awesome. There's something, some sort of pride that I take in having shot a real gun. I honestly wouldn't have gotten this if I hadn't shot a real gun. I know this is a replica, but it's still like, you can hurt yourself with a replica, and I wouldn't have gotten it if I didn't know what I was doing with it. I'm just kind of holding it blasé, but that's because I've spent so much time being so diligent about this that, and I already showed you earlier that it doesn't even have blanks in it. Yourself with it right now unless you hit yourself in the face with it intentionally. And you could, because that thing weighs 3 pounds, that little gun. I think I might see a movie after this. I don't even know when I started this. I started this about an hour ago. If we keep going at a decent clip, I might do it for another half an hour, maybe an hour if I got up to 10 people watching it right now. I don't really get a lot of people watching my live streams, even if I promote the fuck out of it. It's fine with me. I don't really mind. I don't do them often enough to really be upset. I think what I might do, though, for you guys' sake, is I might upload some Facebook videos, some live streams that I did on my Facebook channel, and that might be some of the content that I put up for a little while. Because I have some reviews on there and goofy shit with my friends and, you know, just kind of like vlog stuff. And I don't know. I think you guys might get a kick out of it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you won't. But maybe you will. Saw some people walk past my window. The government has found me. They know where I am now. Well, at this rate, I don't think I'm going to keep continuing on. I just wanted to do this to see if, you know, people would be eager for some of the content. I know a lot of people might be working or still doing their New Year's plans, so I might have to try this again later on in the week. But before The Walking Dead comes back on, some more content. That's what I think. At least I'm going to try to. It might be hard for me. I might not even be in it, unless if I'm doing like narration or something like that, because I don't know how all this dental stuff is going to look. And if it's like an Invisalign or something and you can't even tell the difference, like you can't tell right now, content. But if not, then we will see. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I want to say for all the people, if you did happen to skim all the way through this or listen all the way through it as you're sleeping, who the hell knows? I wanted to wish you all a happy new year. Let's kick 2017's ass. 2016 is gone. It is in the past. Good fucking riddance. But we can make this one a whole lot better. Fresh start. And I don't know. We can really make something happen with it. I feel it because I believe in making your own luck. So let's go and get lucky. Have a good one, everybody. Peace.